So basically, one day in Minitoon's office, he just goes, what if I take some of the assets I made in this game, throw it into a new game, and add guns? That's Piggy Intercity for ya. Jokes aside, Piggy Intercity is an open-world adventure game where you explore the world of Piggy and try to survive the infection. The game has only been out for a few days and is still a demo, so it's going to evolve later in its lifetime. You get to make your own edgy OC in the game, and whoops, Minitoon, I hate you! There are no parrot or bird heads in the game! So I guess I had to create my own original trademark character. Sans Undertale. The game starts with you spawning in a survival base with other people. There's a shop where you can buy things like weapons and supplies, and you can even buy new clothing whenever that's introduced into the game, and you can then enter the outside. The game basically boils down to you attempting to find food, water, and strong weapons to find out the infected. You can visit all the locations in the Piggy game except for these ones apparently. In the game, there are these infected NPCs who kind of just wanders around on some of the locations. They don't do that much damage, but they can be really dangerous if they're in hordes. And they also just have a little chance of infecting you. Yeah, this is a mode that you can enter randomly if you're attacked by an NPC. The first thing that happens is that it drops all your supplies. Which sorta makes sense, but it's still kinda stupid. I have a large amount of water and beans making me never want to turn infected. I just see the bar and say, oh frick, okay, time to leave. Killing the infected NPCs give you XP and money. The XP makes you able to level up so that you can buy stuff in the shop, and I also have to tell you that some of the levels this game expects you to reach is stupid. You have to get to level 25 to unlock a specific item in the shop, and I'm currently at level 16, and guess how many NPCs I have to kill if I want to get to level 17? 110! That is completely ridiculous! I know it's a hard goal to reach, but it's still stupid. We also have the weapons, which are all okay. We first have the stick, which I can place right here. The bat is fine. The wrench does a little damage, but it's extremely fast. The hammer is 0.1 slower than the wrench, but does 1 more damage. The crowbar has a good stun time, but doesn't do that much damage as stronger weapons. The shovel does a fine amount of damage, but gives almost no stun time at all. The pickaxe does a lot of damage, but has a big cooldown. And the axe does the most damage of any close range weapon, but has the highest cooldown. The best strategy to use in the game is just basically dual wielding weapons. It's the most effective strategy of fighting off infected, so I mostly use an axe and the pickaxe combo. But wait a second, there's actually more weapons. We have guns! And these do tons of damage, but are very hard to use. First of all, there's a 1% chance for one to spawn in a location, which is a tiny chance. Also, the guns need ammo, which is hard to find and takes a lot of money to buy. The guns are fine and do a lot of damage, but I prefer to use close range weapons since the ammo is very hard to get for the guns. We also have a big problem that can occur in open world games, which is you having to walk for 2,000 years to reach a new location. Though Minitoon quickly fixed this by adding cars. Except that it doesn't really fix it that much. The cars can appear on certain locations and require fuel to be used. The fuel is pretty rare to be found, but can also be bought in the shop. The car's fuel only lasts about a bit over a minute, which made me able to travel from one corner to another in the map. The car's controls are also really janky. They move weirdly, and if they go off-road or try to go up a hill, it's so hard to move them. This is convenient, but constantly having to refuel, which costs a lot of money, is not that good. I myself would rather walk than have to spend a ton of money on something I could just do for free. Overall, the game is good, but it definitely needs some new features. First of all, the game doesn't really have a goal. It's mostly just you trying to get better weapons over time. The game says that it will include things like quests in the future, which is really good. I can see a lot of potential in this game, but so far, it's pretty bare bones. I mostly just want this game to have a lot of replayability so people come back, like an NPC who gives random quests every day. I really just wish for quests where you can help other survivors. Like you having to fight infected for a minute to protect a small family of survivors. Overall, I like how the game is right now, but it could definitely become much better in the future. But firstly, Minitoon, please just make more chapters for the actual Pig game. This is a side game, don't get distracted by it. I need to know what happens in the actual story.